Hey everybody, this is the Esoteric Cross. I make videos about how to gain your personal power while learning ancient secrets, and if that sounds like something that you're into, please hit the like button and subscribe and gain some insight from this perspective in the cosmos. In this video, we're going to unlock the secret code behind the ancient art of tarot and uncover the hidden meanings behind the symbolism and the archetypes within the cards. We're going to dive deep into the world of the divine, which may be closer than you think. We will discover the power of your own intuition. There will be a quick breakdown of the history of tarot, how the cards can be used, and the structure of the deck. We'll also give some examples of these archetypes, so let's just get right into it. Many people argue over the history of tarot and its true origins. The truth is that these archetypes go way back through ancient Greece, Egypt, and ancient Sumer. These ideas are not new, but the first tarot deck we can see is from the 1400s, and they were designed as playing cards for the elite class. There was something special to them as they were rich with occult symbolism, and there seemed to be a strong connection to the Tree of Life within the Cabalistic tradition. Even though they were originally used as playing cards, this evolved over time into the use of fortune telling, and it became a tool for divination, like reading tea leaves or scrying. The idea is that the rich symbolism is a powerful way of communicating with the subconscious mind, and the subconscious doesn't really communicate with words, it does so with symbols, visualization, and feelings. We can use these tools to pull things up to the surface of the conscious mind. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn is what ultimately changed tarot. Arthur Waite and Pamela Coleman Smith created the Rider-Waite deck in the early 1900s, and these cards were intended to be used for ceremonial magicians to work with along their path of initiation within the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. This is where we can see even more symbolism as it pertains to astrological associations, qabalah, and other occult symbols that were important within Hermeticism. This order was really able to see the relationship with qabalah in the cards that was already there and take this relationship even further. So let's take a look at that relationship. The tarot deck is split into two main parts. We have the major arcana and the minor arcana. The major arcana has 22 cards that define the big parts of the journey of initiation. If you take a look at the Cabalistic Tree of Life, you might notice that there are 22 paths along the tree. We can correspond each major arcana card to a path. Now the minor arcana is split into the four suits of tarot: wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. We also have four worlds of qabalah. The world of Absoluth is the archetypal world and is associated with the element of fire. The world of Bria is the creative world associated with the element of water. The world of Yetzirah is the formative world associated with the element of air. The world of Asiya is the manifested world and associated with the element of earth. Each world of Qabalah is said to contain its own tree of life. The tree of life is made up of 10 spheres called Sephirot. There is a hidden sphere called Da'ath, which means knowledge, but it would not be considered correct to say that this is a true sphere of the tree of life. So we have 4 worlds with 10 spheres. The 4 suits with the cards labeled Ace through 10. The 4 court cards are also the 4 worlds of Qabalah and have correspondences to specific Sephirot. If you know the spheres of the Tree of Life, then you already know tarot. The thing is that a lot of people don't talk about is that we can overlay the major arcana cards with the Tree of Life if we include Da'ath. This gives us much deeper insight into the archetypes of the major arcana. I highly recommend looking into this if you're interested in learning more about this relationship. I also have a live course linked in the description below on this if you're interested. Now, these cards are not just about showing us the places along the path of initiation. In the major arcana, there are 22 primary archetypes, and they are symbolic representations of aspects of our consciousness, our human experience, and behavior. Each archetype holds symbolic significance and can represent different life stages, experiences, or just lessons in life. I think that these cards can be best understood by meditating on them and seeing what comes up to the surface. This is a big part of what tarot is intended for. They can be used for divination, learning more about the self, learning more about the path to deeper awareness. These cards may also be a very powerful tool for manifesting by using them within ritual work. Understanding the meanings of these cards to understand the self is also powerful to know more about what parts of us we can embody to experience a specific outcome. Let's take a minute and discover a bit more about this archetype of the Fool. It symbolizes innocence, new beginnings, and fresh opportunities. It's often depicted as a young person traveling with a bag packed that contains everything needed for the journey. Accompanied by a dog, the Fool is about to go towards the edge of a cliff in a carefree way. This can represent taking a leap of faith or beginning a new journey. The Fool does not have a number. This is card 0, suggesting that it's the beginning of all things and may suggest that it is the ending of all things. The Fool can signify being fearless, open to experiences, and making decisions from intuition instead of logic. It represents the start of a great adventure. It's showing us the primitive, irrational, and instinctual aspects of human nature. It's really based off of what feels right at the moment. No thought of future or past. It also has ties to the inner child, and in many decks, this is represented by a child instead of the carefree traveler. The card labeled number 1 is the Magician. He represents control, willpower, and manifestation. I like to think that this figure is representing the as above, so below principle. The Magician is drawing his power from source consciousness and funnels it into the physical reality. Associated with the planet Mercury, which is about communication and intellect, this shows us the concept of thoughts becoming things. We have an altar with the 4 tools representing the 4 suits of tarot. It's a symbol for these 4 aspects of consciousness coming into balance to have a strong stability for future work. The Magician represents transformation and manifestation through focused intention, and the intention and attention are the primary focus of this card. This means that this card represents the conscious mind and projection through the power of thought. This is about the ability to use one's personal power to create change. It's a symbol for alchemy and turning the metaphorical base metal into gold. Now let's talk about the High Priestess. This card is labeled with the number 2, and the Magician represented the conscious mind and masculine energy. The High Priestess will represent the subconscious mind and feminine energy. What I mean by feminine energy is really going internal. Masculine energy goes outwards and projects, while feminine goes internal. The High Priestess is a symbol of the mysteries beyond the rational understanding. The key word here is wisdom, but this is the intuitive wisdom that is within. It represents the connection between the conscious and the unconscious minds, as we have this veil between the 2 pillars. It suggests to attempt to peek behind the veil and see what might come up. Behind this veil are the deep waters of the unconscious. We never truly get fully beyond that veil, but this is the place of presence and stillness and observation of the unmanifested, and this can bring a surge of powerful and creative energy that will flow into the rest of the major arcana. This is the card of hidden knowledge, the occult world. And this is the part of us that we can access to obtain secret truths. The key, though, for this is to go within and to find that place of stillness within versus going outwards. We have another feminine archetype here with the Empress, but this one is different from the High Priestess, who was much more cold, mysterious, and secretive. The Empress is the part of the divine feminine that is much more nurturing. The Empress draws her power from the place of presence and allowance, which are the waters that flow from the High Priestess. The Empress is the archetype that does not get up and go out and work hard. She is in a place of abundance by allowing and accepting. The Empress is in the expression of the creative power that we just saw in the Magician and the High Priestess. It is the nurturing or motherly aspect of one's consciousness. This can be explored even further when we see that this is associated with Binah on the Cabalistic tree of life. Binah means understanding. So we can see the Empress represents the understanding of the wisdom from the High Priestess. The Empress internalizes wisdom and will eventually bring it into full being. The astrological association here is Venus, which is the planet that rules over our sensuality. And this is the focus of the Empress and the link to the presence of it. Experiencing the abundance here and now. Exploring these archetypes of tarot was extremely fun for me to get into with this video. They really can help you reflect on yourself, come to a place of understanding, and put these ideas into practice in your life. There will be plenty more videos coming out on my channel about tarot, and if you have any more ideas on what you want to see, please leave that in the comments. I also have a course that studies tarot with Qabalah. We take a look at these cards and their relationship with the Tree of Life, which is something that most courses in tarot don't offer. Check out the link in the description below to enroll or see the other courses that I offer. If you want to work one-on-one with me, I do offer coaching as well. There are links in the description to this as well as to where you can book a tarot reading with me. And I'll also have the link to my Patreon if you're interested in some live streams. And hope there was something new that you were able to take away from this video. If so, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.